about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
The Tony Bruno Show.
The man chosen to save American radio from its horrible future.
He didn't invent radio. He just perfected it.
Tony Bruno Show with Harry Maid.
Parental discretion is advised.
The godfather of sports radio. It is a final. Here is Tony Bruno. Tony Bruno.
And we begin our What Up Wednesday. What it do? What it do, baby? What it do? And we've got so much action, Harry.
I know. My head's exploding
My
already.
head is already exploded.
Yeah.
I've already put it all I swept it up all off the desk, put it back in, put some duct tape on the top of my head, and have it back in.
I need some of that Gorilla Glue, Tony.
I got plenty of it.
You got that?
Absolutely. I bought 3 tubes of it last week at Home Depot, Harry. You got to be ready for these shows. When your head explodes, sort of like the Lakers did last night against the Portland Trailblazers.
Wow.
What's up with the Lakers, man?
Well, I think we found out who is really in on the conspiracy to keep LeBron out of the NBA Finals.
The guy with 3 names?
Yes, his teammate, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, with an assist from Danny Green. How about those two last night?
We got a video we have to play.
Oh, no.
We have a video we must play on the show today from a guy who's a genius. You know, we love to acknowledge geniuses on the show, Harry.
Mm-hmm.
And on Twitter, there's one guy. Well, there's a lot of geniuses on Twitter, including myself, as you know.
True, yeah.
But I don't have 600,000 followers for some reason. I feel like Hillary Clinton. How am I not have 350 million followers by now? How am I not 50 points ahead of most other sports radio slap? You know what?
You're being throttled.
I am. There's no doubt I'm being throttled.
I agree.
I had a brilliant tweet this morning about LeBron James.
You did?
And the Lakers. And I got like 4 likes on it.
Right.
4 likes. The tweet was like, hey, a tip of the cap to the hats off to the Lakers last night for allowing bettors, for focusing on things other than basketball and allowing bettors to cash on the Portland Trailblazers. And the Tampa Bay Lightning have scored in overtime. It is a final now. And give it up to the gritty Columbus Blue Jackets, who had a 4-2 lead in this game, Harry.
Yep.
And the Tampa Bay Lightning have won it in overtime.
They closed them out.
5-4. So that's the first of how many games today, Harry, that are closeout games? 4! That's right. Vegas closed it out last night, and now Tampa Bay has just closed out the Columbus Blue Jackets, and it came less than 5 minutes into the overtime period. 2 teams that are very used to playing a lot of overtimes. But how about that, Harry?
Yeah, and Columbus had, a 4-2 lead in this game in the
4-2,
third period, right?
And then the Lightning got the third goal with 8 minutes left in the third period, and then they tied to score with 1.5 minutes left to force overtime.
Incredible.
And then an unbelievable, beautiful pass from the corner to that point guy.
Yeah.
Braden Point.
He was on point.
He was on point.
Right in a slot.
And he went to the backhand. He deked out Korpisalo, thinking he was going to go to the right side, and then he went backhand.
Top shelf,
left side. And your Tampa Bay Lightning win a series. You know, even though it was only a 4-game series.
5 games.
5-game series. It was a pretty good series.
It was very competitive.
Very entertaining, a lot of body hits, a lot of mucking and grinding. And the Columbus Blue Jackets had an unbelievable year. And Torts got these guys ready. They came back time and time again in this bubble. And the bubble has burst now for your Columbus Blue Jackets. But these 2 teams respect one another, Harry. That's what I love about hockey. Did you see the Lakers shaking hands last night? I think LeBron
it's not
was shaking
over
hands.
yet.
Well, they should be. Yes, it is. I have some recommendations for LeBron James today as a person who cares about humanity, Harry.
Are you thanking the Los Angeles Lakers already?
Yes, I am, Harry. I'm not going Charles Barkley and saying they're going to get swept. All right, that's insane. But here's what I say, Harry. I think LeBron James, I hope you're listening right now. Let me give a message to LeBron James as we open today's program.
Cover your ears.
I'm guessing it's going to be positive.
Yeah,
I don't assume anything else.
Absolutely.
Right.
Positive for
When
LeBron.
is it not positive?
Yeah, exactly.
No, this is positive. LeBron, I know you're listening right now in the bubble. Just turn your Sirius XM 211 up to 11. And I want you to listen to me, and I want you to listen to me good, LeBron. I'm recommending today on this Wednesday, What Up Wednesday, by the way, what it do from your Staples Center cohorts your Los Angeles Clippers. Remember that team, huh?
Uh-huh.
Remember, don't forget about the Clippers, LeBron. Let me just say this. Perhaps you should just stop playing basketball and quit right now. I recommend that you be much better served leaving the bubble and just going out, because you said your focus in the bubble is all about social justice. And if that's your focus right now, and the team's putting hats on, and they're talking about this is why they came down here, Harry. Remember? I didn't say that quote. LeBron James said, we're down here for one reason. Not to win an NBA championship, apparently, but to promote social justice. So perhaps you'd be better served not worrying about your team who can't shoot three balls. What did they shoot last night?
5 for 32, Tony.
5 for 32 from the three-point land. What was LeBron from three-point land? 0 for 5, something like that?
He was 1 for 5.
I'm sorry, 1 for 5. I didn't want to shortchange you that 1-3, LeBron. Maybe basketball isn't your thing this year. Maybe it's time to step aside, walk away from the game, and focus on things that you can go. Go into the communities. Go into Chicago. Go into here in Philly. And go and tell people to stop killing one another. You have the big platform. Everybody tells me that. And I'm doing this as a friend, as someone who's concerned. Because let's be honest, your legacy is shot. You'll never be the GOAT. You'll never be Michael Jordan. Even in your remake of the stupid movie, which was great first, you want to be Michael Jordan so bad you can taste it. That's the problem, LeBron, and you'll never be Michael Jordan, on the court or off the court. It ain't going to happen, bro. Just understand that their time is up. You used to be the best, but not anymore. You got 3 7-footers on your roster. How many 7-footers, Harry? 3.
3.
And you can't beat the Portland Trailblazers?
JaVale McGee stinks.
He does stink.
He's a joke.
And you know who else stinks, Harry? The guy with the 3 names. The
Contavious Caldwell Pope.
Yes. You know
you
who
down
else
with
stinks?
KCP?
You know, I'm down with PCP, and that's what the Lakers should be doing today in the bubble. Out. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, LeBron, time to hang him up, bro. Time to go out there, take it to the streets. Time to go at the DNC. Maybe you can fly out of Orlando, or actually do a live shot for the DNC convention tonight, and give an acceptance speech for Joe Biden. You would be more useful doing that than you are right now playing against the Portland Trailblazers and Dame, who is the best player in the NBA right now. Is there any doubt, Harry?
Well, he's the best player in the bubble thus far.
That's where the NBA
player.
is right
but
now.
I mean, he's not the best
player in the NBA.
He's not the
that's
best
where the
player
NBA
in the
is.
Saying the same
Who's
thing.
Who's better than Dame in the NBA right now, Harry?
He had 8 great games.
Oh, he wasn't good before he's in the bubble?
Yeah, he's very good, but he's not the best player in the NBA.
Who's better than Damian Lillard right now, Harry? Who's better? The guy didn't even want to be there. The guy didn't even want to be there, and now he beats the Lakers in the first game. And the Lakers, who wanted to be there because LeBron needed to get another ring, he doesn't want to be there. The Lakers don't want to be there, so get out. Get out, as Harry Mays would say. Get the hell out and don't worry about basketball anymore. Just go back into your mansion. Just go back behind the big gated wall with all your heavily armed security and become and stay the same person. The unacceptable, I'm bigger than anybody on the planet surface guy that you want to be. Get out of basketball and go run for politics. Or go become a social justice warrior and take it to the streets, Harry. You know what I mean?
I got some numbers on JaVale McGee from Sam Quinn of CBS Sports. Listen to this.
It says breaking news.
The Lakers were outscored by 9 points in McGee's 13 minutes on the floor. They lost the game by 7. The Lakers were outscored during McGee's minutes in all 7 of his appearances in the bubble. In Orlando, they've now been outscored by 66 points in his 121 minutes on the floor. And they've outscored their opponents by 26 points in the minutes they've played without him.
Oh, no!
This isn't rocket science.
Again!
Yes.
Sounds like Al Horford with the Sixers.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
We have tape, I believe, of LeBron James visibly shaken. Now do you have this, Robin? I want to play this right now. Things got really ugly last night in the bubble.
This sounds like this place after the show's over.
Exactly. No, we don't yell. I don't yell at everybody the way this guy. The way LeBron went after his teammates last night, Harry. That's why he's got to get out of the bubble right now for his own mental welfare. Let's go to the tape. This is LeBron James after the game in the bubble. He went into the room where
KCP
and Danny Green, I believe, makes an appearance too. And let's go to the tape. By the way, there is profanity in this. So for those of you, this is a parental discretion and viewer discretion advised.
Get up, KCP. What you doing?
What's going on?
I said get up, KCP! What are you doing? I know you ain't tired. You had 1 point, so get up! Man, what? You had 1 point in 60 minutes? Man, that! And I brought your boy Danny with me, too. Come on, Danny. Because he can't make an open three to save his motherfucking life!
Brian, it's only game 1. I feel like we should get some rest.
Oh, it's only game 1. Danny, you can go to bed then. Go to bed. I'm tripping. It's only game. Danny, I'm not being serious! I don't care if it's game 1, game 2. I don't care what motherfucking game it is, Danny. Hit the open three or I'm gonna hit your ass. Now both y'all finna go to the court and hoop until you can make more than 1 point. Now come on. Man, come on, boy, knock your ass out!
That's leadership right there.
I'll tell you,
That's what I'm talking about right now.
It's tough love, Tone, in that locker room.
Of course, for those of you wondering, that was really not LeBron James, and that was really not KCP.
Or Danny Green.
That was the great Mark Phillips, right? Is that the guy's name?
Yeah, Mark Phillips at Supreme Dreams _1.
The guy does
Twitter.
brilliant stuff on the internet. He's got a gazillion followers on his YouTube channel and breaks down the NBA better than anybody, Harry.
Yeah, that has 2.3 million views already.
Is that right?
Yeah.
LeBron's been watching it all morning himself. He has that on
On a loop.
On a loop.
Yeah.
That's just playing in the Lakers practice facility all day long.
Over the loudspeakers.
How did he not go after JaVale McGee?
I know.
Come on, Harry.
Maybe JaVale was with a thotty somewhere.
No, the problem is he wasn't.
With a thotty.
He wasn't.
Because we have learned exclusively on the show, Harry, because we dig deep. Everybody can give you the final score.
Right.
Everybody can say, well, LeBron and, don't worry. Not on this show. This is next level thinking. Wait, isn't that what Akon calls the show? The second
the next level,
or
the second level.
It's not- I don't know what the hell it's called. Bottom line is this. It's over for the Lakers. Not just for this year, but I believe forever, Harry. I believe the Los Angeles Clippers are now the real
done?
team in Los Angeles. I'm going to switch my allegiance to the Los Angeles Clippers, Harry. What it do, Kawhi? What it do?
Paul George.
Yeah.
Lou Williams.
Doc Rivers,
the
coach.
Magic City
I like
great.
him. Yeah.
Doc Rivers and I tight. He used to call all the time and do Larry Brown impersonations on me. Love Doc Rivers, yeah.
Yeah, Lou Williams, the best sixth man in the league.
Yeah.
He's got his own wings.
I'm gonna go to a local sporting goods store, see if I can buy some Clipper gear. I'm gonna get Clipper Darrell on the phone out there in Los Angeles, see if he'll hook me up. Clipper Darrell, he's with the Clippers through and through, Harry. He's not one of those Johnny-come-lately fans. We got baseball, we got hockey, we got basketball. We'll even talk golf today, Harry. Linda Cohn, the commissioner of the NHL, later on. So stick around. We're just getting started. It is a What Up Wednesday. What up?
Your mic is buzzing bad.
Yeah.
Also, we got to change something up. I missed the entire recording at the beginning of the show. Like, I know we need something earlier for Tony. We need another station for him. I can't do.
Okay.
With 2 people in here, I'm screwing shit up all the time.
Okay.
So, like, I missed the first 15 minutes because I'm just everything.
Gotcha. No, I agree with you. It is 3:15. Time to say goodbye to
You changed your Twitter handle, didn't you?
our fantastic YouTube followers. And
Because I was reading an article,
guys
like a
still
loser
will-
online, and it was
Okay,
like the
I
two
need the-
things.
Hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
Can you do that off?
Okay.
I need to. Our fantastic YouTube followers, we love you. You will still be able to see the highlights of the show that we post after the show and the interviews separately, but you will not be able to participate in all of the behind-the-scenes stuff because you won't get those on YouTube. And the reason why we have to say goodbye to you is because they don't allow us to play music. So make the switch to Twitch so you can be involved in everything, and we love you and see you on the Twitch side.
Okay. I'm putting 2 people in there, and like, so I'm having to. Yeah, so I have to now do everything underneath him while he's working on the computer. It's not working well.
Other game on now.
Is there a reason why Joe can't run that?
He doesn't know. I mean, I'm still, you know what I mean?
I know.
He's not comfortable overseeing that right now. So I have to be managing it and overseeing it. I mean, maybe he's more than capable of doing it, but not, you know what I mean?
Because
Want me to get it?
when everybody's familiar,
What the fuck?
that should be able to be done.
Why does it go to Prime Video? What the fuck is going on here?
Next on the 2 of the breaks and
This is the wrong fucking remote. Can you get this remote out of the way, please, Robin? Because there's so many remotes. Now you got to get that out of Prime Video. Because I used the TV's remote instead of the actual cable box remote. Okay.
We have 1 minute too, by the way.
You try it again. If not,
All right, now we got to go to last. See, this notification setup thing, I don't get that. I'm looking for anything, and I don't understand this fucking notification setup.
Bruins game hasn't started yet.
No,
it's going to be on
doesn't
the
start.
same
It's
station.
in the, I know that. I want to get back to something else other than this extended, they're redoing the ice and the second game's going to start. That's not starting till 5 something.
4 o'clock.
It is 4 o'clock Canadians Bruins, yes. Other than this extended, they're redoing the ice and the second game's going to start. That's not starting till 5 something. 4 o'clock.
10 seconds.
I'm not doing anything, Robin. This extended, they're redoing the ice and the second game's going to start. That's not starting till... I haven't touched that TV.
10 seconds.
I'm not doing
Welcome back to the Tony Bruno Show with Harry Mays on Sirius XM 211.
I feel like the old guy who bought a VCR back in the day when it was flashing 12.
And you couldn't change the
And
time.
you're trying to get the time
Yeah.
changed. Because we have 2 different systems, 2 different TVs, and the remotes, there's like 16 remotes in there. Remember back in the
Right.
day you had 16 remotes? And
Sure,
you couldn't
I
figure
still
out-
do.
Do you really?
Yeah, I still do.
And then you bought one of those gigantic ones.
The universal
Yeah,
remotes.
in the dollar store.
Right.
And it had the big keys in it and everything else. And then you got rid of your VCR, then you got rid of your DVD player, and now everything's digital and you don't have to worry about it.
Well, the problem is that even though these are 2 different brands of TV,
Yes.
one of the remotes works both of them.
Ah.
And you know what that is, don't you? Huh?
It's an outrage.
Exactly.
So annoying.
Well, I have offered my services to this guy so many times to find what he wants on TV, and he insists on doing it himself.
No, I just want to go to the next. I want to get away from hockey because they're resurfacing the ice. The next game doesn't start for another 40 minutes
See,
or
whenever
so.
you get that, you see this exit, just
Yeah,
hit exit.
I did hit
when
exit.
in doubt, hit exit.
I did.
Tony, we all implore you, let Harry do it.
I gave him the damn remote.
Now, what are you trying to find?
Well, the NBA's on NBA TV, and we don't subscribe to that.
Right,
here.
right.
How the hell can NBA playoff games be on NBA TV?
Wow,
I hate to do it to the NBA.
it's only
I
the
gotta
Nets
give-
game.
I mean,
Still,
how
it's a playoff game.
playoff game?
Doesn't make sense.
Jesus.
Toronto.
So do you want to watch the Phillies for now, or what?
I want to watch anything that's live.
All right.
Except Hulu has live sports. We don't have Hulu. I'm going to have to download that app. And Quibi and all these other
That's
damn
just
apps.
what you need. It's more apps.
I need more apps.
The Nets Raptors games is a good one too. 68-65.
It's a shame we
midway
can't watch
through
it.
the third, I know, right?
It's an outrage. Meanwhile, the Boston Red Sox are trying to end a 9-game losing streak, Harry, and they were losing 2-0, but Jake Arrieta nibbling away and allowing the wretched Red Sox to get back into the game and take a lead. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning at Fens. 3-2 Red Sox. Jake Arrieta still in there.
Now, are they playing a doubleheader today?
No, this is only a 2-game series.
Okay.
This is getaway day, Harry. The Phillies got to Boston yesterday, beat them last night like a drum, and now our getaway day because they're on a 10-game list. We had a lot of baseball news too, Harry, but we'll keep you up to date on that NBA game. Hockey game, one is already over, and we've had 2 teams now advance, one in the West, one in the East, in the National Hockey League. Of course, Vegas last night advanced. How about Ovi playing like a man possessed? Alex Ovechkin saying, hey, come on, boys. We're damn good.
And the Islanders had a 2-0 lead in that game.
I know, and give them credit, man. Give the Capitals credit. They avoided the sweep. The Islanders have to play another game. The Dallas Stars, they were trailing in that series.
Yeah.
Now they're 1 game away from moving on.
That was a very exciting game. I watched that as soon as I got home yesterday.
Yeah, that series has been exciting. I mean, the Dallas Stars flipped the switch, man. They got out of the gates terrible. And then
they fired their coach.
They fired their coach?
Yeah. The guy they have now is technically the interim guy.
I know that. But I'm talking about during the playoffs.
Right.
They're out there. They look like they were going to get blown out of this first-round series. But give them – and Joe Pavelski, I've been talking about it for a week.
Yeah.
The former great of your San Jose Sharks has been spectacular. And, of course, that one now will go to a game number 6. So that's the first series that may go to 6 games, Harry, because the other ones are all 3-1, depending on what happens today with the Boston Bruins and Carolina. That could end with a Bruin win.
Yeah.
The Colorado Avalanche are incredible. Have the Yotes again later on today.
Now, are you taking the Yotes again today, couch guy?
No, I've mailed it in on my Yotes.
You're
I
done.
think they're just about cooked. I mean, again, the goalie was standing on his head, but he can only do so much. They got to score at some point.
Yeah,
so.
the floodgates open. But let's be honest, Colorado's really
They're good.
Offensively, they're a machine to begin with.
Yeah, they're exactly.
So when you have your goalie doing everything but stand on his head.
Yep.
Because there's a controversy, but Harry says it's not he was standing on his head.
No, it's he did everything but stand on his head. That's the way I was always told.
I always heard that the goalie stands on his head. Because he literally can't do it.
Right.
So when he stands on his head, that means he's been able to go in every conceivable position, including standing on his head to make stops.
It's like people that say, well, I could care less. No, you couldn't care less.
Exactly. Well, that's one of my pet peeves.
Right.
I even like criticized LeBron James on Twitter, surprisingly, when he said I could care less about something. And I said, LeBron, with all due respect, it's couldn't care less. Because if you could care less, that means you would.
Right.
So you can't say I could care less. And people do it all the time. Mm-hmm. And you know what that is, Harry? It pisses me off, first of all.
I am pissed off.
And it pisses Harry off, too.
As a child of a linguist professor,
Yes.
I understand very much so these little.
Well, how about what they did with irregardless?
Oh, yeah.
That was not a word.
I know.
But people always used to say it's regardless.
And
no,
now-
irregardless. Now they've made it a word.
They made it a word.
They caved.
Webster's is constantly caving.
Yes.
Dirty, lousy bums. No wonder why this country's going to hell. And a terrible flip to first base, and now a run is going to score. And that ball gets away from the catcher, and the Red Sox have now made it a 4-2 ball game, Harry, as the Phillies have come unglued against the wretched Red Sox in Boston.
There's 2 things that I've gleaned from the start of baseball in the 60-game season. The pitching stinks.
Yes,
okay,
that's true.
across the board, really, except for a handful of guys.
Yep.
And the defense, the tightening up of defense is teams are playing lousy defense.
Yeah, Rhys Hoskins no, that wasn't Rhys, was it?
I'm not sure. No, that was Arrieta making that throw.
No, Arrieta to the plate. I'm
Yeah,
saying it was a ground ball to the first baseman, and Arrieta went over to cover it first, and the ball was thrown high, and it got behind him, and then Arrieta had to go track it down and then throw home, and the run scores. So now that's it for Jake Arrieta.
Now we go to the bullpen, which is even better.
Just call the game. End the game now.
Just opt out, right?
Yeah,
Speaking
opt
of
out.
opting out, did you see the baseball story with the crazy story with Nick Markakis? He's out again.
He's out again?
Nick Markakis has opted out again. So he is the first player in all of sports to opt out before the season started. Then he got talked into it, felt better, opted in, and now just when they thought they had him back in Atlanta. But it wasn't even he who opted out. It was the team. The Atlanta Braves have announced that even though Markakis has tested negative for coronavirus, they have decided to shut him down because of he may have been potentially exposed.
What?
If you test negative, how are you everybody's potentially exposed.
He joined the team like 2 weeks ago. They would have known by now.
I'm not knocking Nick Markakis.
No.
But the fact is the team said they're shutting him down. They put him on the injured list out of abundance of caution.
What? So he had no say in this. The team said, you're done for the year? Or did he opt out once they put him on the list?
No, he did not technically opt out. The team said even though he tested negative, that's why when I read that, we need to get our Southern Bureau chief on to explain this.
I mean, how do they know he was exposed to somebody?
What, does the same Thotty that went to the Phoenix Suns in the bubble make a trip to Atlanta?
But I mean, did he say, I was in the same room with somebody who has coronavirus? Like, how do they know that?
I don't know. Who tested positive for the Braves?
Who's on first? This is a crazy story because I wanted to make sure I read it 14 times today to make sure I read it the way it was written.
Potential exposure, they're saying.
Potential exposure. What the hell is potential exposure? Seriously, I'm just asking questions here. I'm not knocking anybody. I just want to know answers to simple questions. If a guy tests positive who opted out initially, then decided to come back in and join his teammates who were in first place with Miami in the National League East and the best team on paper and obviously the defending, 3-time champions of the National League East, and he decides to come back and play with his teammates, then what happens? Then all of a sudden, he says, I come back. He's playing. Now, they lost the game last night, but today the team announced that they have put him on. Now, remember, only the team can put him on the injured list.
Mm-hmm.
So this is pretty weird to me. I've got to try to figure it out.
He had 2 doubles on Monday night, and that pushed his career total to 505, one away from Babe Ruth, who is number 58 on the all-time list on doubles.
Is he opting out because he doesn't want to move ahead of the Babe and steal his thunder here in this crazy COVID season, 2020 baseball season?
Maybe he opted out because he missed some babes. You know what I mean?
No, he's got a family. The reason he opted out, he was concerned about his young family.
And then he opted back in because he was sick of the wife and kids. He's like, I got to go play some
he had
baseball.
one of his teammates who told him, he was going to. Who was it that
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie
right?
Freeman said, he was thinking of opting out, and then he changed his mind.
Well, Freddie Freeman had the virus,
right?
Though. Yeah.
And then Freddie Freeman talked Markakis into it because he felt better. He came back. Freddie Freeman did, and so we were all potential exposure. I expose myself regularly.
I'm reading this from
but only by request. I don't expose myself without people wanting to know that I'm going to expose myself, or people being around me who would be offended by me exposing myself.
I'm reading this from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. It says there's no immediate indication as to how long the Braves will miss Markakis. Quote, it's going to be day to day right now, manager Brian Snitker said following Tuesday's game. I don't really have an understanding of the timetable. I know he was exposed, and out of caution, he's not here. It'll be a day-to-day thing. So he might be back at some point.
Well, but I'm saying he did not say, I've got it.
Right.
Because if he says he has it, then he has to automatically go to the IL. But he tested negative. Therefore, he didn't say, I have it. Therefore, I have to shut it down, which is the procedure, because only the baseball player can announce that he had COVID and he has to be on the injured. But the team, as a precautionary move, said that they're going to put him on the injured list, which doesn't mean he's done for the season. It means he temporarily can't play. And so if he was exposed to it and he didn't test positive, that's the part I don't understand.
They brought up outfielder Christian Pash, who's apparently their top-ranked prospect, a 5-tool guy, Tone.
Loved 5-tool players.
Yeah.
Wasn't that guy Brown? Don Brown?
Oh, Don Brown.
He was a 5-tool
Allegedly.
player. Allegedly 5-tool player. I know a bunch of tools, but they're all in local sports radio. Not all of them, just some of them, Harry. Meanwhile, how about while the Arizona Coyotes, Harry, may be struggling, don't sleep on the Arizona Diamondbacks, Harry. You got the Marte Partey going on out there in the desert, Harry. You see what they did last night? All of a sudden, the Arizona Diamondbacks, out of nowhere, Harry, playing some good ball. They've won 6 in a row now, and they're only 4.5 games out in that National League West, where the Dodgers have won 7 in a row, Arizona's won 6 in a row, San Diego 5 in a row.
Right.
And so
San Diego's 2 in a row.
No, 5, but they're 5 games out.
Right.
Behind the Dodgers and the Rockies. So all of a sudden, Arizona's playing better. Obviously, the Padres are playing better. But the Dodgers are playing so great. I mean, it's unbelievable. The only team that really stinks on ice is your San Francisco Giants, although they laid a beat down last night.
And you know who's really turned it around and playing better?
Who's that?
The Houston Astros.
Oh,
they've now won 6 in a row.
Exactly right. Well, I mentioned the Rays. The Rays are 9-1.
They beat the
Yankees. And, we had this conversation the other day. We had this conversation the other day with Couch Guy when we were looking at the standings. And it does have the Yankees with 2 losses at home because the one loss is actually they were undefeated at Yankee Stadium because the one game that they lost to the Phillies, they were considered the home team,
Correct.
even though it was played here. So when you looked at the standings prior to yesterday, it showed the Yankees as 9-1 or 10-1 at home, 9-1 at home, whatever it was. But now they lost actually for the first time at home at Yankee Stadium last night. So they're actually 10-2 when you look at the overall home record. But that was technically their first loss.
Watch out for those Rays, Couch Guy.
No, the Rays are good, man. The Rays are good.
And the problem is now it's like, no, they didn't have Judge or Stanton and stuff like that, but those guys have proven to be so injury prone. You don't know if they're going to be around the postseason.
Right.
So it's like
Are you writing off like I wrote off
No,
the Lakers? Are you
look at
writing
this.
off the Yankees?
I'm
Or
not, no, I'm not writing anybody off. I will say
LeMahieu's out right
yeah,
now,
exactly,
too.
and he gets that offense going from the leadoff spot. No, I'm not writing him out, but I will say Brian Cashman will certainly be looking for a starting pitcher because that's definitely the Yankees' weak spot right
You
now.
watch, Couch Guy's going to be an A's fan by the end of the 60-game
Come in with a Ramon Morano jersey.
Yeah, but the love the Rays, man. 9 of the last 10 they've won. Game and a half behind the Yankees. Meanwhile, the other hot teams. How about that American League Central?
Yeah,
you got
the
the
Twins
playing great, 3 in a row. Cleveland's won 4 in a row. You have the White Sox have won 3 in a row. So those top 3 teams now in the American League Central playing better baseball.
Yeah, they're starting to separate from the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers are awful. And
the
how about the
Royals.
poor Pittsburgh Pirates, Harry? They had a lead last night at home. Did you see what happened in that game? It's a great story. So, Derek Holland, the pitcher, he used to pitch for the Texas Rangers. Yeah. He's now pitching for the Pirates. You know who he's buddies with, right, Harry?
I don't know.
He's buddies with the great actor, one of our favorite guys, who's out there. The guy was in my 51st Dates, Bench Warmers. Rob Schneider.
Oh, okay.
So Rob Schneider, the actor,
Yeah.
comic actor, and Derek Holland are buddies from the Texas Rangers days. And so what happened? They made a little thing. Hey, would you put can I use some cardboard cutouts of you, Holland says, and put them at PNC Park all over the ballpark?
Right.
So he did. He got cardboard cutouts of Rob Schneider from My 51st Dates, The Bench Warmers, and the Hot Chick movies, and he put them all over the field.
We got our Southern Bureau chief on the line right
Unfortunately, we're going to go John Kincaid, but the one thing he didn't get, the one character he should have had, because you saw it happen in extra innings, right? Johan Santana hit a home run and beat the Pittsburgh Pirates in their own building.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yeah, Carlos Santana, not you. Carlos Santana hits a home run and they win, and unfortunately Rob Schneider then said,
Oh, no! We suck again!
Exactly right. All of that to just say the Pirates still suck. And by the way, well wishes to Terry Francona, out for this series going on for the Cleveland Indians. He's having gastrointestinal procedure done today, and they expect him back by the weekend. Now, let's get the latest on the Atlanta Braves, and let's go to our Southeast Bureau Chief. He's basically...
No, it's Southern.
Bureau
Oh.
Chief.
Southern.
The entire...
Don't just give me the Southeast. Don't go hiring a Southwest Bureau Chief.
Well, what,
we're not renegotiating this deal, Bruno.
Wait, you
This
can't
isn't
be
one
the
of your
entire South.
silly
So
things.
you're going to go all the way from the coast to coast and go all the way from Atlanta over to Louisiana,
Guess
over
what?
Alabama, all the way out to
McAlpin,
California. That's the entire South?
No, the South. Look, as soon as you hit that Mason-Dixon line, it's reporting to me. McAlpin reports to me now. If he checks in, they all report to me. We're going to have weekly meetings on the calls, see if the people from the Southern Bureau were actually contributing great things to the show.
Barrett Salih reports to you, too, right?
Barrett Salih does. He absolutely does.
By the way, just in case you haven't been around lately, the South starts in Wilmington, Delaware now. Remember, it used to be down. You had to go down into Maryland or Virginia. You go into Delaware now, man. You're in the South.
Is that right?
Oh,
my
absolutely.
My mom at 91, I think she still goes and bootlegs her alcohol because it's tax-free and stuff.
Exactly.
She'll go into Delaware or Maryland. I think she
good
goes
work.
all the way to Maryland.
It's good work out of Mom.
John, this is Miss Robin. I'm slating you now. I want to make sure that I have it correct. So the correct title for you now is the Southern Bureau Chief.
Okay, exactly.
That is correct.
Okay.
Robin's getting business cards made today. We got a free
And Robin,
account.
that'll
What's
be-
that? What's the site you used when you got everybody business cards a couple of years ago?
Vita, none.
Not
Vista
Vita.
Print.
Vistaprint, yes.
Robin, at your next review, that will be brought up about how efficient you were.
Thank
and proactive you were. It'll be
Now,
awesome.
Do you like the embossed on your business card as the Southern
No,
Bureau
I don't
Chief?
like them shiny.
No
I like
shiny.
No, I like it flat.
Yeah, but you need the raised lettering.
Yeah, you need the raised lettering.
No, I can raise many a letter. Let me tell you that.
Does your mom go to Weaver's Discount Liquors down in Elkton, Maryland?
My mom goes right over the border into Maryland, and there's some sort of where they go to load up on liquor to bring back to Drexel Hill. King of the bootleggers. There's a supermarket there. So my mom would go and buy some produce or something to make the transaction legal. She thought
I'd have a couple cucumbers and then give me that case of wine.
16 half-gallons of vodka and a thing of
She
bananas.
thought, no, the trunk's literally like, you could see like the Beefeater bottle sticking out of the back.
Now, wait a minute.
And-
Why would you go to Maryland's more expensive? The taxes are higher down there, and the liquor prices aren't cheaper. I go to Middletown, Delaware. That's where I get everything. Middletown before you get on 95 and come north and come back into Pennsylvania.
When I lived in Exton, I used to drive the 9 miles into Delaware to buy everything.
Exactly.
I was literally, it was like a shuttle bus. I remember buying the TV, a couch, whatever it was. I bought everything 9 miles down the road. I wasn't going to pay the People's Republic of Pennsylvania, keeping me away from seeing my mom.
That's what people do to go buy soda. They'll drive all the way to Delaware to buy soda just to stick it to the mayor of the city.
That's because Mayor Kenny doesn't allow soda, right?
Exactly
He doesn't
right.
look like he's ever had a soda in his life, right? Oh, my God.
No, there's a soda tax, and it's not just a soda tax. It's anything
Oh, I
that has
know.
a speck of sugar in it. Like energy drinks are taxed now.
How many empty calories is that man, let alone how much does he intake in a day? He is the definition of empty calories and empty leadership.
All right, let's get it out.
my
Let's get
gosh.
it back. Let's get it back to the what's going on down there
Yes.
with Nick Markakis. What the hell is
Okay.
going on down there with Nick Markakis?
Okay, Nick has potentially been exposed to coronavirus away, not in any activity with his team. So
Who
they're
hasn't,
not-
though? Who hasn't?
They didn't, but exactly. And believe me, I'm in Georgia. I mean, seriously, I go and get the mail, and I pretty much am dodging, coronavirus. Those little red things with the spikes.
The little
they show on the
molecules.
news.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, they're everywhere, and you can see them down here. It's so scary. You can see them everywhere. And so Nick, out of an abundance of caution, is being kept away from his teammates until he gets. I heard today until he gets 4 consecutive negative tests.
How many?
4. Oh, so he is going to. He's just being kept away, but it allows the Braves to also bring up Christian Pache,
Oh, it's
who was
Pache.
their top prospect.
Five-tool
Christian
player.
Pache-
Harry has him down as a five-tool.
Yeah, but I
Pache.
mispronounced
Yes,
his
he
name.
Yes.
Well, the problem is the 5 tools is batting is not has not been a strength lately. Hopefully, it will be. But let's see what he can do. This kid is supposed to be as talented in the outfield, as talented an outfielder they've had since Andrew Jones.
Wow.
Or as John Miller called him, Andrew Jones.
Well,
for
spelled
some
that way.
ungodly reason.
And
For
it's
15
spelled that
years.
way. What about Lonnie Smith? Wasn't he a five-tool player, skates back in the day?
Remember, they still blame him for losing the '91 World Series.
I know.
For getting deked. I mean, seriously, Lonnie skates is not exactly. I mean, you got to be careful with that, Tony.
Exactly.
As a Southern Bureau, we don't joke about Lonnie Smith. We don't tell those kind of jokes down in the Southern Bureau. Not in our office.
So is it Pache? Is that how you say it?
Pache.
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 Okay.
Isn't there an ESPN play-by-play guy named
Bill Pash.
Bill
Is
Pash.
that Dave Pash?
Dave
That's
Pash.
Dave Pash.
Not
It's like
Pache.
He doesn't go with the Pache. He doesn't have the cachet
To be a Pache. Oh.
at that point.
That's
so,
what I'm talking
Tony, you know what we're doing is we're funny thing is in the Southern Bureau down at the Fan, we're giving away. How about this? One of those rooms at the Omni Hotel that lets you see into the stadium to
Oh, I
watch
love
the
those,
game.
yeah.
we're having a giveaway where a couple can win a 2-night staycation Labor Day weekend. I put the tweet out today so people can be listening to when they got to call in. It's like your old days at WSNI.
Yes.
You know,
hey, caller
in.
number 8 right now.
Exactly.
You could be
You'll
pressing
call.
the flesh against the windows like they used to do at Sky Dome when people would look up into the outfield and see people doing the nasty on an afternoon business person special.
Well, down here in the South, that could get you 15 to 20. So you got to be very careful. Well, just for some acts. There's a list. Now, Nick Markakis, though, it's very disappointing. Last night when the word came, you know, they're bringing up Pache and Nick Markakis was going to be out for a while. My wife was very disappointed because let's just say she would walk out today if Nick Markakis winked at her.
Is that right?
Really?
Has Miss Robin checked out Nick Markakis?
What about Mike Moustakas is a good-looking Greek guy, too.
I'm checking it out right now.
Nick Markakis, yes. My wife was like, you know, she didn't pay much attention to the Braves or the Phillies for that matter, because, you know, it's the thing. But she's like, wow, who is that? And I'm like, that's Nick Markakis. Oh, he's Greek. And I'm like, oh, geez.
Oh, look at those cheekbones.
Oh, I mean, and Robin, if I looked like Nick Markakis, I'd walk around naked. I would not.
I don't look like Mitch Markakis, or Mike Nick Markakis, or Mitch Moustakas, or Petros Papadakis, and I walk around naked whenever I want.
Dr. Johnny Fever a little bit back in the day. You had a little of a taller Howard Hessman going.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard once again another unsolved mystery solved by our Southern Bureau chief. Where they say
have you watched that, Tony, the reboot, by the way?
Of what?
Of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix?
No, I haven't seen that. It's got a different name, though, right? It's got a different name.
No.
Is it called Unsolved Mystery?
Yes, it's called Unsolved Mysteries. And one of them, the second episode, is this woman who disappeared in Georgia. She disappeared like 5 miles from where I lived at the time, right here in Atlanta, and it's really spooky. And they have one about aliens. So I'm sure in probably some of your partying days, you maybe had the same experience these people did when you see them talk about the aliens. It was very crazy.
It's always the
you
aliens.
Check it out.
I know, definitely. I have to check. I didn't even know that was on.
He will. That is his genre of... Yeah, that's his stuff.
And the last episode is how Brett Brown still has a damn job. And then Matt Klentak will be next season.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, boys.
Thank you, John. The great John Kincaid down there. Caller number 5 right now down to the fan in Atlanta. You can get yourself hooked up. They'll even bring in wings from Magic City to cater it.
WSNI, was that Sunny?
Sunny 104.5.
104.5.
Now it's an alt station where a bunch of dudes with piercings and 72,000 tattoos hang out waiting for another free concert somewhere in the city. You know what I mean? Joe C's been waiting for those for a couple of years now. It's an outrage, man. We're coming right back, Harry. 215-462-TONY's the number. 215-462-8669. And the strapper line, Harry, 856-818-4045. 856-818-4045. That's the recorded line. You call, you leave a massage, and then Bill Clinton gets back to you later on.
Before you play your next round of golf, meet Boston Scott.
A hush falls over the studio.
We have a poll question, too.
We got a poll question up there?
A hush falls over the new DraftKings studios.
The DraftKings studio, Harry. You know why? Because it's raining in Boston now, Harry. It was raining hard in Boston.
It was raining here, too.
I needed one more fare to make my...
Harry Chapin.
Yes. Remember that song? Forget the songs. Basketball, Harry. We already got one game of the books today. It's nonstop action at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the damn app right now because you got amazing free live bet action. Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting. If you make a $20 bet on basketball, sorry, Joe, you know I'm kidding. DraftKings Sportsbook will give you a $10 free bet. Head to the app right now. Check out all they have to offer. Prop bets, quarter-by-quarter betting. Everything you need is right in there. Bam! Download the DraftKings Sports app right now. and use the code Bruno when you sign up. For a limited time, all users can get a $10 free bet when placing a bet of $20 or more on all first-round playoff action, yo. That's code Bruno only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Must be 21 or older in New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
No. This game's going to be called, and it's official. Look at this. Look how hard it's raining.
Tony, I need that back, please.
God damn it, Robin. Look how hard it's raining.
I need to make an extra copy.
And it's chilly up. There's like 72 degrees. It's probably dropped even more. Oh, that ball's fisted.
What?
Over to first base. It hit right up the bat, right up the
It was
handle.
what?
Fisted.
Okay, Tony, when we come back, you're going to be doing this one.
Bob Knight.
Oh, a microphony.
Yeah. No, Joe, you were really loud. Did you not hear how loud you were? Not that it matters. It's on the Twitch stream, but. Yeah.
I know. This is all new to everybody, so it's a learning curve. We're fine.
That's all right. I haven't even tossed a remote since I should toss remotes. We got anything else off? Get this damn baseball game off, huh? You got your Toronto Blue Jays up 4-2 on your Baltimore Orioles. And now the St. Louis Cardinals, Harry.
Still NHL Live.
St. Louis Cardinals laying a beatdown on the Chicago Cubbies this afternoon. Bases juiced. How about those Cubs?
Oh.
30 seconds.
I need to figure out how to do this. Multiple HDMI input split screen view on a TV.
Dude.
That's what I need.
Yeah, but we only have one remote. We only have one box. Don't you have to have multiple boxes to get
No, what I'm saying is I still need to switch those things around.
Switch those bitches. I don't know who keeps calling me. But
there's nothing on.
I leave the damn baseball. Isn't there an NBA game on now? Let's see. The next NBA game.
NBA is on NBA TV right now.
That game is on the NBA TV too? Utah and Denver?
Welcome back to the Tony Bruno Show with Harry Mays on Sirius XM 211.
You know what's going on right now, kids? Playoffs. Did I say playoffs?
Playoffs?
Yes, we are talking about playoffs. Hockey, basketball, respective playoffs. DraftKings, the place you need to be to get in all the action. Millions of dollars in prizes throughout the week. No better place to get action. Start playing for free right now with your first deposit today. If you haven't tried it yet, you know Daily Fantasy Sports. Easy to play. Couch Guy plays them 24/7. Draft your players, stay under the cap, pile up points. Boom. No better way to put your sports knowledge to the test than to compete for the millions and millions of dollars throughout the week. Daily Fantasy isn't for you? Then DraftKings Best Ball Football Contest are coming up soon, too. You can get anything going on at DraftKings.com, so download the app and check it out. Download the DraftKings app. Use promo code Bruno to play for free with your first deposit today. Compete for millions of dollars in total prizes up for grabs this week. That's promo code Bruno to get a shot at millions of dollars in prizes only week long, only at DraftKings.
Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are blessed. We just had John Kincaid on.
Yeah.
Now, we have him on maybe once every couple weeks, but when there's an emergency, we got to go live. Remember CNN used to be the bureau down in the CNN in Atlanta? That's where their headquarters is.
Right.
Nobody goes to CNN in Atlanta anymore anyway. We go to John Kincaid, who has usurped CNN as our most trusted source for news in the Atlanta, Georgia, dirty South area. But we haven't heard from this man. And we've been wondering. We put an APB out for him. And ladies and gentlemen, he is back. And hopefully better than ever, the great Rick in Iowa. Rick, where have you been, man?
What up? I tell you, I've been social distancing, I guess. By the way, Mr. Bruno and family, TV, I owe you guys an apology because actually Iowa is a four-letter word, so I should say from Sioux City.
You were a four-letter word from Sioux. Now, are you in the part of the state that can open and play college football, or are you in the part of the state that can't play football because it's coronavirus infested? Which part?
Yes, we're playing not only college football, but high school football, too.
Exactly right, man. You're in the right part of the state.
Yeah, I
then.
think Ames, Iowa, they can play college football, but Iowa City, they can't.
Damn right, man.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason for that, though. You know the reason for that?
Well, I know they had the derechos last week there in some parts of Iowa.
Right.
It destroyed the corn crop. That has nothing to do with the playing. That has to do with the economy and the corn crop being destroyed by those terrible storms. That's not why they're not playing football. This is all about the coronavirus. This particular incident. This case.
Well, the reason they're not playing football there is because Iowa City blows. But anyway.
Oh, Iowa City, a cheap shot. That's Iowa on Iowa crime.
Wow.
That's interstate crime.
Wow.
Well, you know, go big. We actually live closer to Lincoln than we do to Iowa City. So, you know, what can I say?
That's right. He's closer to Lincoln,
Closer to
Nebraska.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Where they want to play.
Yes.
Now, I saw something this morning that a bunch of the Big Ten schools are saying, screw it. They may just play a 10 in-conference only 10-game season without the express written consent
of the
Big
conference.
Ten commissioner.
How about that?
Yes. I have breaking news on that, too. That is true, by the way.
Is breaking news?
Because my Cornhuskers are going to play the NAIA National Champions Morningside College here, Briarcliff College, or University, excuse me. I don't know how the hell it's a university, but anyway. Hewitt, Northwest, South Sioux High School. That's they're going to be biggest.
So Nebraska's already lined up a bunch of pancakes and patsies and what do we call them, Harry, when those teams just show up to take a paycheck?
Oh, it's like cupcakes,
The
right?
cupcakes, yes.
Yeah. But it's still tougher than the Iowa Hawkeye schedule.
Oh, come on, wow. Hey, that's my boy out there, man. That's my boy.
Hey, by the way, Harry, we'd like to see you with hats, my man. You know?
What's that?
We'd like to see you with hats.
Hot?
Yeah, hat.
Harry's hat, yeah. Harry's been going hatless the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Not Harry the Hat. You know
No.
who Harry the Hat was, right?
Who was that?
That was the former hockey coach. Harry the Hat, can't think of his last name now. Got to look it up, Harry.
I'll look it up.
Oh, and Couch Guy, you're cool dude and everything, but I feel sorry for you because you're a Yankee fan.
I agree. We got to give him one of those.
That's all right, Rick.
But anyway, and hopefully, the Flyers can do better than Bet Brown and the Phoenix Open, you know?
No, I mean, the Flyers can finish it up tonight. The Flyers and Habs in game number 5. And that could be an elimination game. Flyers can crank it up and get this baby over with.
Yes. And the Eagles still having hurting on defense already with Derek Barnett and James the guy that got from Pittsburgh.
Exactly. Harry the Hat Walker, that's the guy, and he was a baseball manager back in the day.
Because Harry the Hat was a recurring character on Cheers, apparently, too, that I forgot about.
I was drunk. I missed the whole. Yes. No, I love Cheers. That's back when I was watching. Hey, Rick, good stuff, man, as always.
Yeah, good to
hear that laugh again, man. By the way, the Couch Guy, you notice he's got a haircut. You know who he reminds me of today a little bit? He's got that Rick Astley look.
Yeah?
You know, tight on the sides. He's got that little pompadour thing going up on the top, not slicked back.
Yeah.
Just natural. Am I right here, Robin? Can we look at the Couch Guy, Conlon Farrell?
And there is a little bit of a red tinge to it as well. So
Yes.
yeah, actually.
He's got a little Rick Astley going, right?
If his hair was blonde, like real blonde, he'd look exactly like Jeff from D.C.
Really? I've
We
never
don't-
seen
yeah,
Jeff
we
from
don't
D.C.
know what Jeff from D.C. looks
Well,
like.
yeah, he's
so.
the strapper line
Yeah.
guy.
I know we know his voice, but I've never met him.
Is he going to be the big caller of the day? Didn't you say he was?
He was supposed to leave a message. I don't know.
What has happened to him?
I don't know.
There's someone named Jeff on there.
There is?
There's no number attached to it, and it's an odd message. I'll play
Then
it
it's
for
got
you.
to be him, man. It's got to be him.
I mean, they were giving me hate for this haircut originally.
I like it, man. It's nice and tight on the sides, and party on the top, and whatever the hell they say about these haircuts anymore, which I don't know because you get haircuts. I get my own trim done. I trim myself, baby. Or I call a couple of IG models from the bubble who left the Phoenix Suns, and we'll get into that in the next hour too, Harry. That's the kind of stories people want to hear about. They want to hear about what's going on and which bubbles have burst in the bubble, Harry.
Then we got the Tour Junkies coming up.
The Tour. You want to get ready for the FedEx
Cup playoffs.
Playoffs, baby. We got playoff action in golf too, Harry. Are you excited for the up there at TPC Boston, Harry?
Absolutely.
I hope it doesn't rain. We're coming back for that, so stick around. Tony Bruno, Harry Mays, Miss Robin, the whole crew It is What Up Wednesday, yo.
What up?